with good reason. Rory had made promises to come home before and hadn't. Every time she'd flaked. It had been fear and anxiety, but she was ready to face all that now, and she'd told him so. She'd even offered to pick up the gift he'd ordered for Mom from the city and get it home before dawn on Christmas morning. If she managed to do so, all would be forgiven. Not that he'd said so in those words, but she felt the pressure all the same. She wanted to do this. She was ready to do this. "It's Christmas Eve," Max said now, keys in hand. "I just finished a job. I'm leaving to spend a few days with my family. I'm going right past your mom's house," which was in Tahoe, where Max had also been raised. 4 hours north in good weather, which wasn't going to be tonight. Her stomach jangled. Fate, or karma, or whatever was in charge of such things was a cruel master. Having her first crush of all people, the one guy on the entire planet who made her feel like that young, neglected, bullied, unwanted teen all over again, be the only smart ride home tonight. Max's body language said he was relaxed and laid back as he watched her think too much, but she knew better. He spent most of his days rooting out the asshats of San Francisco. He was a chameleon when he wanted to be, a sharp one. Nothing got by him. Well, except one thing, of course. He had no idea that once upon a time for her the sun had risen and set on his smile. She'd flown under the radar in high school. Hell, she'd flown under the radar in life, and she'd been really good at it. Plus, Max had never had a shortage of girls who were interested in him, so he'd had no reason to look past any of the ones throwing themselves at his feet in order to see her. But that was then. In the here and now, things felt different. Whether either of them wanted to admit it or not, they'd taken notice of each other, and even more unbelievably, she often caught him watching her with what felt like heat and desire. Not that he'd ever made a move. "Are you ready?" he asked. The $10 million question. "As I'll ever be," she said. "I don't get it." His tone was age-old male bafflement with a dash of annoyance. His eyes were a very dark shade of green. They looked almost black now in the night. "I had to find out from Willa that you needed a ride. You could have asked me yourself. You should have asked me, Rory." Right, because they talked so much. But before she could say that, or even pet Carl, her favorite dog on the planet, a woman ran out of the convenience store on the corner, breathless and adorable in a red apron and Santa hat. "Just wanted to tell you something," she said to Max, and flung herself into his arms. He had little choice but to catch her, and she laughed and kissed him, taking her time about it, too. While they were lip-locked, Carl gave one deep bark, and the woman finally pulled back, grinning wide as she said to both man and his dog, "Merry Christmas! See you next year." And then she vanished back into the store where she worked, which Rory knew because she often bought ice cream there after a long day at work. Max shook his head, but was looking amused. Rory searched his gaze, looking to see if Santa's helper caused that same breathless heat she'd gotten used to seeing when he looked at her. It wasn't there. She took a deep breath at that, not wanting to acknowledge it as relief. She shouldn't care that he hadn't felt an overwhelming hunger for that girl. "Let's do this," he said. This, of course, being the unwelcome chore of giving her a ride. "Look, I'm not sure this is a good idea. Because, honestly, 2 buses and a train would be a piece of cake in comparison. Never mind that she didn't have the money for that." "Rory," he said, a hint of impatience in his tone. Once again she looked into his eyes, and at what she saw, her heart stopped on a dime. The heat was back. For her. "This isn't exactly my idea of fun either," he said. "Trust me." Ha. She wasn't exactly on the trust program with any man, but especially not this one. Not that she was about to tell him.